You gotta sing the lead part.
Oh, I don't even know when that kicks in. The lion sleeps tonight.
Wow.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey guys, this is TDAD, and we have a very special guest today. Not only is he a very good friend of ours, he has his own blog, you call it? Blog. Online. You have a Zynga, I think?
Yeah.
Zynga.com/69guy.
Well, I kind of moved into Zynga because, MySpace just wasn't cutting it for me anymore. So I'm kind of excited about it. I really think this is the future.
I think so.
Zynga,
Yeah.
definitely the future.
I learned HTML just so that I can add these things called GIFs. I don't know if you guys have heard of them.
No.
GIFs.
What is that?
GIFs.
Is that new?
Is that what it's called?
GIFs, I think.
They're kind of like
Jive said
videos,
that.
GIFs,
but they like move, but they don't move. It's
Okay.
crazy. It's like pictures.
I think I saw one of those like earlier. Like
Yeah.
there's this girl and then someone threw like a bunch of sausages out her face.
Insane,
Yeah.
No, I don't think that was a GIF. I
Oh,
think you might have been on a different website.
X videos.
I think I was just too
Videos,
drunk
I
last
think
night.
it's
All right, so we have to my right. Introduce yourself, my friend.
Ryan, aka Dragon.
And
And
then-
to my left.
Little Mikey, a.k.a. the mustache, a.k.a. It's not really growing anymore, a.k.a. it's really sad how little it grows.
All right,
And
and this
then-
is Sovs, a.k.a. Sov, a.k.a. Lady Killer #1, a.k.a. Takaka. And to my left, our special guest, my friend.
This is Brian, one half of GoodLuckChum.
Ooh.
Oh, nice, yeah.
You have any AKAs?
That was my
A.k.a.
AKA.
one half.
AKA.
Half of Good Luck.
Half
Charm.
of
Half of GoodLuckChum.
So I'm just the Good Luck Chew.
Oh, yeah.
Three quarters.
That's like 3/4.
You're just
That's a big chunk of it.
Good luck, cha. I think we'll go with good luck, cha.
Good luck,
Good
And-
Luck Chew.
But if you take out the H,
Yeah.
who's the other half?
Monica's.
Nice.
The
That is.
What is her relation to you?
She's my wife
Nice.
and the other half of my life.
Oh.
Also, the other half of chum, I
Saucy.
guess.
Yeah.
In the sense of the title.
So
She's the
she's the young.
Yeah.
She's the
I guess.
Uh,
Am I right? So,
More like, mhm.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with our program here, but we like to do a little toast and Takaka. And what we do
What?
here
Oh, no,
is
Takaka.
we gave you something special. What is it, Brian?
Sangria,
Sangriza.
Yeah.
Kirkland
So-
brand.
Okay.
Shout
Really
out to
good.
Kirkland. Please
You'll-
pay us.
You'll probably find out why in this podcast why he doesn't drink that much. I'm assuming it's gonna come up at least 5 times in this.
That you're not drinking a lot?
No, that you can't drink.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah,
You'll figure it out when you
Yeah.
watch. And we are
Yeah.
currently drinking what, Brian?
We are drinking
Coverseer,
Culver Sear.
as
Ooh.
JoJo
Cover-
once said.
I think
Pass the Coverseer.
Yeah.
is that like a city
over
like close
here,
to LA?
past the covers.
Over
Pass the
here,
Cover-
pass the Coverseer.
Mm.
Here, Coverseer. Anyways.
Hear ye.
Are you guys
Cover-
talking about
Overseer ye.
Dr. Seuss or
No, we're talking about my dad.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss?
'Cause he once said Curvature instead of Cavassier. And so whenever he's around, we just
Make
call
fun of him.
Yeah,
That's
Oh.
definitely incorrect.
yeah. Definitely.
So let's go ahead and take this shot. And I don't know if you remember what we say. We have a little chant. You're welcome to join. If you don't know it, do your own thing.
You got to pick somebody to kiss, and then you have to take a shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's like New Year's.
Yeah.
New Year's.
Or
Eve.
every day in your case. So,
Alright.
you guys ready?
Yeah.
Commencement.
Oh,
Man, you're going hard, dude. Sangria. It's only 3:30, I think.
it's fine. Yeah,
Yes,
it's like 3:30.
it's correct.
Something, yeah.
It's black o'clock on his watch.
3:30. Correct.
Black o'clock.
Yes.
Because the watch face.
Oh, I see you're wearing a Lacoste watch.
Yeah.
Oh,
shit.
I need to be as Asian as possible.
What
so.
does it say on the next to the?
Le Craft.
Fralk.
Oh shit!
I honestly
Fralk?
don't know what that means.
France.
I thought it
That's
said
what I
France.
London.
Cavassier.
Clocks.
Fralk, yeah. Curvature.
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 Got it for Christmas.
So just to give the okay, we have an audience. We call it T Kids on the Block,
Yeah.
And just to give them a little refresher on who you are our high school friend. We've known you for over 100 years now.
Yeah.
It seems
plus.
like maybe less.
It's been
Maybe
about,
less. Who knows? Give or take.
It's been about
20, 40, 60 years.
Yeah.
And
We're not that old.
you know, we've known each other since we were young. We've
Yeah.
always been friends. We've been in a close circle, and we've opened it up to many people like Tony, Gian, Anthony, AJ, Ata, all them. They're more than welcome. Big Mikey.
What's our group called?
But
In high school, you guys called each other Shift and Visions.
So great.
what was that about? Is that like a car club? Is that just your group's name?
It kind of started off like
Initial
that.
D was
a car
popular.
club.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we were into cars, kind of.
We're really into cars. Mostly electric cars.
Yeah.
And
Also mostly melody.
Yeah. Nice, yeah.
And once everybody started getting cars and then started like driving together and doing things, they wanted to kind of have a name that represented the adventures that we would go on because we had cars now. Because it opened. I mean, when you think about it, you're that young and you're a kid and you don't really.
You're young and that restless.
Yeah, and a car opens up so many options for you because it gives you the chance to
Bang City.
do whatever you want.
Backseat Sammy's.
Yeah.
Backseat Sammy, backseat Sonny,
Backseat Sunny.
front seat Francesca,
Yeah.
trunk Tiffany,
Trunk Tiffany.
and
Engine Bay Johnny.
say it again.
Engine
Wait.
Bay Johnny.
No, I think
Eugene.
I
It's
think
supposed to be-
Engine Bay
it's supposed to be
already is kind
alliteration.
of a great.
Eugene
Yeah.
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 You know,
or Eric.
you know alliteration.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
know
a
what
drawing
When
or
you,
something, right?
Illiterate, right?
You know what a Johnny is?
Uh,
It's a wheel. That's what it is. Like, oh, you got new Johnnies?
No, I didn't know.
Ah, I see.
Still a J.
I think it's like an X.
You tell us what
Xylophone
you think.
zombies. Okay, and so shifting visions, right? And we kind of moved on from that to we don't care anymore, pretty much, right?
Well, I mean, there wasn't really a need for us to kind of have a brand name for our friendship because.
Well, technically, somebody wanted it, and then once that person left, we kind of dropped the name.
It was a cool name.
In your face.
In your face.
I kind of wanted to keep it.
It's not a bad name.
Yeah, I just told Jose like 2 days ago. I was like, I'm gonna keep this name and just put it for something else.
You guys should keep it, totally.
Yeah, I think so.
You and
Me and
Jose.
you.
J
yeah.
J Unit.
Yeah.
That was freshman year when I met you guys. I was like, what the fuck is a J Unit?
What was that?
Clearly a play on G Unit, but Jose was the leader. He was 50 Cent.
Yeah.
And everybody else followed suit.
Yeah.
Right? Were you part of J Unit?
I don't remember what J Unit is.
That
To
was
be
50
honest,
Cent.
It was in like
Brian was
freshman year.
Lloyd Banks.
I was
yeah.
Tyra
Well-
Banks.
It definitely rings a bell. It's one of those things where I can see Jose doing that, but I think that was before he adapted J-Chasm. Because I think
Oh,
once he went
clearly,
into
J-Chasm
he
came,
dropped J-Unit.
like in
But
11th grade, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
How did that
if-
originate again? I forgot. Was
It's
it
his,
the same person?
I think it was because
It's
he
his
was starting to
initials,
meet
right?
a lot of new people,
Hmm.
and it was hard for him to tell people his full name.
Yeah.
What?
It's his initials.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't.
but
I'm
like
just-
who made it
I
up?
don't. He did.
He made it up.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know what?
He did something creative.
I think
Yeah.
he made it up.
It's crazy.
It's so
Crazy.
I think he made it up because of AIM.
Yeah,
'cause
it was
his
his
AIM
AIM.
that sent.
Yeah.
Oh dang! So it was
So it was
super
probably
old.
like one of those things
It
where
was
that
J-Chasm.
Yeah, J-Chasm.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Jose. Thank you for letting us use the camera.
Thanks
Oh,
for giving us your
yeah.
camera. We
This-
have a new camera. now.
Yeah. Thanks for the camera. We
Yeah.
have a new camera.
Oh yeah. Just in case you guys
Yeah.
didn't notice, the quality should be much better.
Yeah.
Finders.
This is
keepers.
episode number
32?
32.
30 dose.
We are at 32, dude, and next thing you know, we're gonna be at episode 1001.
Yep.
Oh wow.
You know,
Still the same amount of followers.
yeah.
Still going
Dude.
nowhere.
we do it for the T kids, but more than anything, we do it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
Talking,
Yeah, it is.
drinking. It's looking
Cheer.
all hot.
Looking all
Wow, up and down.
Looking
He's
all
in a hoodie.
nice. Ah.
And
How
then
come
10
you're not
years from
wearing
now,
pants?
you guys are going to be doing it, and it'll be like Dragon Ball Z. You'll just never end, never stop.
We should make our
Yeah.
own movie.
Oh, dude.
T-Dad
Wait a
movie.
second.
T-Dad Z.
I'm
T-Dad.
T-Dad Z.
T-Dad Super.
T-Dad Super.
Yeah.
Actually, that sounds really cool.
Super
T-Dad
T-Dad.
Super.
And, just to push things along, could you tell us what your number one interest is? Like, what is it?
Masturbating.
My number one interest is life and living it
Oh.
And
in
life
an-
is
in an
interesting.
amazing way. But one of the things that I like to do in life is definitely
Jerk
all
off.
things Disney.
Jerk off at Disneyland.
Getting away with masturbating at Disneyland.
The
One
thrill,
of
The rush of
the rush of getting caught
rush of
red-handed by the
being
boys.
arrested.
No, you are like the biggest Disney head.
Yeah.
out of our whole
We're
group.
all both GoodLuckChum. We're really big Disney heads,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because my exposure to Disney is very little, but it kind of exploded later in life. The reason why I say that
Insert cum joke.
Good.
Sorry.
because
Good pun.
I the way I grew up,
Good cum.
I only really had exposure to one
Good luck,
Disney
cum.
movie.
Good luck, cum.
Good job.
Keep talking.
Sorry,
Yeah.
dude. I'm sorry.
But after
Good cum.
what movie was that? The one movie you said you had exposure.
Aladdin.
The
Aladdin.
first
Oh.
Aladdin?
Yeah.
There's
The,
there are others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Live action coming
The
soon, right?
Return of Jafar and
Will Smith as
The
Genie.
Oh yeah.
My first Aladdin was
Genie.
Return of Jafar. I actually watched
Yeah.
it that before I watched Aladdin.
I didn't know there was 3 Aladdins.
Well,
There's like basically 3 of every like old school movie, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Beauty and the Beast
Interesting.
2,
Like remakes or
Beauty and the Beast
actually
3.
actual
different
sequels.
movies? Oh, okay.
There isn't, huh?
But
There isn't
The interesting thing too is though
Damn
that
it.
it's different than the way Disney does it now.
Yeah.
Because the way Disney does it now is their
350Z.
sequels are big and they're massive productions because they're investing in their brands and they're
Yeah.
making it so that like Frozen 2 is going to come out and it's
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
big at over the theaters. But in the 90s when we were growing up, the reason why a lot of people didn't even know that there were sequels is because what Disney would do is they would reveal a flagship movie and then all of the sequels would be made by all of their junior animators.
Oh, okay.
So the sequels would actually not have as good scripts, or they would be lower in terms of budget because they're
that's why.
using it to train the animators to make them good enough to be
Oh,
on the
nice.
full-fledged films. So that's why a lot of them ended up being rolled out as B movies. So
Yeah.
like the first movie would come out, it would create the brand, and then all of the sequels would come out for the kids to buy them as DVDs or sing-alongs.
No, when you say
as part of
flagship,
merchandising.
Learn something
Do
new
you-
every day.
do you mean Pirates of the Caribbean? This is
Yeah,
Shit
because like
flag.
Pirates of the Caribbean, it was the original, and then 2 also came out in theaters. 3 also came out in theaters. Like that would be kind of the
I-
current new model.
I meant like there's a flag on the ship.
Oh,
You'll come
That
to
shit went
learn.
right over my head.
You'll come to learn
Yeah.
that Sovin.
it totally just went
Fucking-
over. It
says
was
he
so
wants to be
high, it's
positive
almost
in
like
life
it was
now.
a flag on a
But
ship.
his whole life is a joke. See, I'm getting nicer to you.
Yeah.
I'm being nicer.
Get
That
it.
wasn't as mean.
No,
Right?
dude,
Yeah.
do as you please, man.
Okay, your
If
life's
you-
your life's
if
a
you
fucking
decide to
joke.
say it's mean. You think this is a joke, huh?
Last episode, someone's like, "I'm gonna be nicer to everyone. I'm gonna pump you guys up. I'm gonna encourage you, and we're here to bring you down."
And then
We're here
Mike,
to-
Mike
we're-
just laughed the entire time.
We're here
I
to
was
challenge
so
you.
funny.
monologuing.
I wasn't laughing at him. I was laughing at the idea of
The
him
idea of him.
as a whole person.
To be fair
Yeah.
though, that'll give you a lot of mental fortitude
Now,
because
Like
it's
a
When you
not
say
about
fortitude,
no,
In your brain.
it's not about how positive you are when things are going great. It's about how positive you are when it feels like the world around you is crumbling.
exactly.
That's a test of your
see,
mental
I'm the
fortitude.
crumbling world, testing you.
And this is my fist
Yeah.
testing you.
Let's see how soft your face is.
Let's see how strong your fortitude is now.
Let's take another shot, guys.
To fortitude.
To
Fornication.
to Disney, to shift in visions. How about
Oh,
that?
yeah.
To shift in
To shift in
visions,
visions.
Shift that
to a
shit.
longer friendship and better health for
Oh,
all
yeah.
of
Pretty
us.
much all family now.
Yeah.
Yeah, at
like
this point.
We're not
We've known each other
brothers
for
per
as long
se.
as
Like
family.
Fast
We're
and
like
Furious.
lovers.
I'm Vin Diesel. I'm Paul Walker.
You're Jesse.
You're
Yeah.
both.
You're
You're Jesse.
Jesse.
Yeah, actually, I can
Actually,
see
I'm
that.
Jesse because I have the VW.
Oh, that's
No, but
true.
you're Paul Walker.
I'm also
Yeah,
Paul
so-
Walker. I'm also Vin Diesel. I'm all of it.
I'm also The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Giant is
Dude.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Ah,
That's cool.
we
Yeah.
make love.
Oh,
We
dude.
make love.
Is she the girl from Avatar? Too?
Jose's the Rock.
Zoe Saldana.
Those are-
I don't
No,
know.
Jose's Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Are we not talking about this anymore?
No, we are. We're going. Yeah.
Jose's Vin Diesel. You're Paul Walker. You're Jesse. You're Michelle Rodriguez. I'm the one that's
You're the sis. You're
the
the
stupid one that
the
fights for
little
Paul
sister.
Walker.
the one that we end up together. It's Brian O'Connor, Officer Brian O'Connor,
the big dude.
and then you get mad at me. But
The big-
then
That's Vin Diesel.
The
No,
big
no,
dude
no.
with the tattoos.
So he tells the sister first.
They fight over the sandwiches at the beginning.
Oh,
That guy. He's
Fight
talking
over the
about
sandwiches?
The
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend.
The tuna sucks here.
Bullshit. Nobody orders it.
Yeah, so that guy. Or when you're done, you can wash my car, bitch. He's like, you don't remember that? And then he's like, make your own damn popcorn. This is real specific lines from Fast and Furious 1.
Yeah, you're the guy who says, I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Oh, yeah.
That's Vin Diesel.
Quarter mile at a time.
He said he's Vin Diesel.
I'm Vin Diesel.
Jose's
I'm
Vin
also
Diesel.
Paul
The
Walker.
Rock.
Jose's The Rock and Vin Diesel.
Pop the hood. All right. Paul Walker.
And then you go,
Most famous quote
to
before.
Jay-Z.
Whoa.
That's the Jesse line.
2 Jay-Z.
Is that not Sunny?
1
then?
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
2 Jay-Z.
Sonny.
4 Jay-Z.
No.
350Z.
Oh.
48.
248. Wait, 348.
349.
350Z. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
To Fast and Furious.
That
What a
was,
great movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I should watch those.
1, 2, and 3 are on Netflix. Even though 3 is
They should be in your DVD
out of
collection.
order, but do you have Fast and Furious DVDs?
I have all of them.
Do you really?
That movie is tight. That whole up until like the
Four
most recent
sucked.
shit. Yeah.
5 was feasible because The Rock entered the game.
Wait,
Fart?
I thought
hated
the
all
most
those.
recent stuff
The
was
Rock?
the best. No?
Hell no.
No.
It's
The
like
Rock
some
wasn't good?
Michael Bay
6
bullshit.
and 7
Oh.
became like a joke. Like it's somebody said in somewhere that I heard, they're like, you should watch it as a comedy and not as a legit action movie
Yeah.
because then
Okay.
then you just appreciate it as how good it is as a comedy.
I kind of thought it was like evolving because at first it was just kind of a movie about car culture, but then it kind of evolved into a movie about them as if they were like superheroes
Yeah,
with cars.
that's exactly what it
Yeah,
was.
They
that's
just-
exactly,
exactly
that's
what it
exactly
is.
the
Like
joke.
it just kind of turned into like a
that it
superhero
is.
movie, but with cars.
Yeah.
Like cars were flying out of planes, cars were pulling bank safes and vaults and everything.
Cars
I mean,
CCU.
that's
Cars
all
too,
like
yeah.
but
Cars
I mean,
Cinematic Universe.
yeah, the Fast and the Furious cinematic universe.
Tokyo Drift. Wait, what?
That was your input in this whole conversation. Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift. Am I
Wait,
right,
wait.
guys?
I was thinking of that title for like 10 minutes. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I need to say something. I haven't watched any of those any of
Too
these
fast,
movies.
too furious.
Dude.
Tokyo Drift.
4 sucked though. Fast and Furious sucked. Number 4. It's entitled Fast and Furious. And that was the one where she died. Michelle Rodriguez died.
Wait, no spoilers, man.
Yeah, you're
Dude,
right.
that shit came out so long ago. What are these spoilers?
Yeah, I mean, he
fuck?
just said he hasn't seen it.
We don't.
That's
he's not
his
gonna
fault
watch
for
it.
not seeing. Dude, that's a fucking like 10-year-old movie.
Is it 10-year-old?
There should be like a cutoff for spoiler movies, right?
Oh, definitely.
Like,
It's
at least like 5 years. It's got to be.
Nah, it's like a
5
few
years.
months, dude.
No, I would
What?
say
You said
like
months?
yeah, months.
For real.
Oh, shit.
Because I would say that, and it depends on the movie. Because
Black
if
Panther
it's
dies.
like if it's Black Panther, if it's like Infinity War or something like that, a month in, once they start memeing it, once it's all over the internet,
That's
you
true.
can't-
It's
Yeah,
memed the same day now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Most
At
most
that
of them are
point,
memed the same day.
it's-
So that's the new cutoff.
But it's crazy too because when you think about
One
it, that
day.
Or don't look at the internet.
well, the
That's
memeing culture
impossible.
and the
I live
way
my
that
life
we're
a quarter
also
mile of
connected.
the
Quarter internet.
quarter internet of the internet.
No, but that whole idea, right? When a movie comes out and now it's already memed same day.
Yeah.
Now everybody's already talking about it. It's all over your news feed and everything.
Your
that
news
actually
feed.
is crazy.
Stick them up. Stick your news feed up.
Sorry, that was a good accent, dude. This shit's hilarious.
Yeah. Because
Get your news feed in.
Stick them up. Get your news feed.
it makes
up.
it so that it kind of
Kavasi.
is hard to draw that line between when you have to
Kavasi.
stop saying spoilers.
Right?
Because it kind of
You know-
forces you to be
you know-
like, if
you know
you
what's
want to be
ironic?
involved in it
Fast and Furious have
culturally-
the most spoilers.
Wow. Interesting.
Wow, that was lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it?
I mean,
Spoilers?
I get it because of the spoilers on the back.
Yeah.
But I kind of also saw it in a way where it was like, if let's say you look at Fast, because they
Joke.
release the movies out
Joke's
of order,
over.
like Tokyo Drift
Yeah.
is technically spoilers because that happens after movie 4 and 5, which are like prequels.
Oh, nothing is spoiled though.
We're just talking about the joke, the spoiler.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, whatever.
You know.
Anyway, am I the only one here who loves Disney, or does somebody else love Disney? Okay, come on, guys.
Yeah, you like Disney? Back to Fast and Furious.
Speaking of which,
Is
so
it Tokyo
this
Drift
one
Disney?
time, Fast and the Furious made a Disney movie.
You know what? They should do.
It's called Cars.
Disney.
It's called Cars.
You're
there you
right.
go. Wait, isn't that
Oh.
Pixar?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
It is. I think it's.
Was
It's
it Pixar?
Pixar.
Is it Pixar? Isn't
think
that
Cars is
before?
It's Pixar,
Oh, it's in Disneyland.
but-
Of course, it's
Yeah.
No,
big.
it's in California,
Pixar and
sure.
Disney are really tight.
Which is
Bye.
I meant Disney.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if the original Cars 1 is Pixar separated
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Disney, but
that's what I was
the
thinking.
subsequent Cars
Are-
movies
Yeah.
have been
The
Disney
Disney.
Pixar movies.
Submarines are.
You're using really big words for us, dude.
No, you're good. No.
Yeah. You said subservient, right?
Wow. Subterranean.
Subterranean, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This is gonna be a
what is
real-
your favorite Disney
All right, let's
Movie.
try to keep.
Oh no, it was
Let's go keep this
definitely
focus.
it's Aladdin.
Aladdin
It's
one
Aladdin.
in
Dang.
general?
Yeah,
Or just Aladdin
one.
franchise?
Aladdin one.
Okay.
Aladdin one.
Is
I
it
actually
because-
liked the entire franchise, which is really strange because normally you don't like a lot of the sequels because they were made by the amateurs.
Yeah.
But Aladdin's storyline, was amazing and it is so relevant to like my life. Even now, I think about it and I
You're a
go back
street
and I
rat.
watch Aladdin. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly like the way that I grew up a street rat, and then it was always kind of like you ask yourself questions like, how do you identify your own value? How do you identify your worth? Like when you sit down and think
How
about
do
it.
I?
How do without you?
Oh, how do I? Oh, how do I identify? Go on.
But
Don't worry about it.
that's exactly it though. I mean, how do you identify? Like
So
wh-
do it
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
when you look at yourself, right?
singing again.
Like question
Wait.
for anyone who wants to pick it up, right?
Yeah.
When you look at yourself and then you say, okay, where is my value as a person? That's so closely
Face
related
value.
to what you are,
Right here.
how you're driving in terms of your life, right?
Yeah.
And where you're driving to, your goals and everything. Like,
Yeah.
where is your value? And when you're growing up, like, we all met each other in high school. And we
Yeah.
know that the people that we were in high school, way different than the people that we are now.
Much hotter.
Way hotter.
Way hotter.
Mm.
I mean,
More emo.
All the guys.
less emo. Some of us.
Oh, damn, that
I
sucks.
don't know.
I don't know about that.
But I mean,
Do we have pictures of all of us from high school?
They'll
Here they are.
All right.
I insert photos.
Here's a collage right now.
Yeah.
I think I have some.
Yearbooks?
So right now. Bam.
Bam, 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 bam.
They're all in there.
look at that hair. He's so ugly.
Oh my
I'll
god.
find it.
Ah,
But
I love it.
So are you a fan of Genie?
I thought you were gonna say
100%.
Jesus for some reason.
Do you follow the word of Jesus?
Jesus.
Do you welcome Jesus in your life?
Yeah.
100%. I'm a big fan of Genie.
Robin Williams
not
Genie?
Robin Williams off the bat.
Is there another
he
Genie?
Is
Yeah,
Will
not yet.
Smith. Nah, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. No,
well,
there
Will
isn't.
Smith is the
Right.
Genie coming up in the live action.
Yeah.
I know, but I
Yeah.
said not yet.
Yeah,
There's also the TV version of Genie, which is
that's true.
somebody else.
Unless the subsequent ones are like not.
I
Robin
actually
Williams.
don't
Underwater.
know if they're they're also using Robin Williams Genie because I don't think he would come in for the sequels if they're smaller.
Yeah.
I
Film.
think he died.
It was actually really hard for Robin Williams to be in
Oh,
the
damn
movie
it.
Aladdin in the first place.
I imagine it'd be really
Yeah.
hard for Robin Williams to be in the new Aladdin
Yeah.
movie.
I don't know if you guys
Considering he's
noticed, but
dead and all.
Damn.
Actually, they could have just used his voice, his line for line from the cartoon.
He was in
Just-
a cartoon or a movie?
the cartoon
Well,
movie.
And Will Smith just lip syncs it.
Yeah.
I mean, they could. But
no, I feel like logistically that would be a nightmare.
yeah, hell yeah.
And it would kind of take away
tough.
from Will Smith's performance because then he's performing to Robin Williams.
Well, then it'll be not Will Smith. It'll be like Tayson Day from Chocolate Rain.
Tayson Day.
Yeah.
And then
Well, if he's gonna do that, then there's no point in hiring Will Smith. They should just hire.
Tayson Day.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
you're saying Aladdin is your favorite movie?
100%. It's my favorite movie.
Nice.
Is it because it put you onto Disney, or is it because the whole storyline is
You.
you?
It's because the story was relevant because during that time Disney was coming out with a lot of princess movies, right? And there weren't really a lot of movies that were catered towards men. You'd have two movies, right? Hercules and Aladdin.
Oh yeah.
And Hercules would be for all of the people who kind of already have great things in life.
Fair
You know,
skin.
and
You know who you are.
and Aladdin was all about people who kind of, it's a rags to riches story. You can relate to it because anytime you don't have something, you're able to kind of build off of it.
Wait a second. Rags to riches, but he kind of cheated because he married into it. No?
Yes and
He
no.
The method is questionable, but the end result is still rags to riches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
and
bigger.
even then, it's and the reason why I say
He had that
rags
good
to riches in the traditional sense is about, like money. It's income. But his rags to riches story was actually about quality of life. Because at the very beginning, he was in a really dark place in his life. He was a street rat. He didn't see value in himself. He was scrambling the streets and everything. But by the end of the movie, he found somebody that he could love. He found people who loved him in terms of friendship through the genie, through the magic carpet, through all of these other people.
The monkey.
He found a thirst for life
Through these,
because he wanted to go on adventures.
Mythical creatures, he found real friendship.
Yeah.
Technically.
Imaginary carpets.
Except Apu's the legit alive.
Friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Genie, mythical, magic carpet.
Magical
carpet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
that's a huge quality of life change. Like he wasn't sitting there dreaming about, oh man, if only I had all of this money and everything. And that's kind of one of the really big points of the movie. The points of the movie was what he thought was important was money. What he thought was important was fame and everything else. And what he realized at the end of it, he was like, I don't want to be sultan.
Yeah.
The status quo. He fought that. Yeah.
It wasn't about being in the palace. It wasn't about being rich per se in terms of the amount of income that he gets, but it's about being able to see what he was worth and then wanting to have this thirst for adventure in his own life and the people that would be willing to go along with him, which is exactly why he blended so well with Jasmine, because Jasmine was trying to fight her way out of the castle and sneak out herself. She already had that thirst for adventure, and then the both of them get to go on their adventure together.
Yeah.
Which, to be
They're
honest,
trying to get to the same end point, but they grew up in different spectrums. Or
and for me, it's super relevant because in a lot of ways, I feel like Monica is my partner, and we're just going on this life of adventure together.
Pretty well off, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then like the things that we've been able to do, the things in our vlog, the things like
Oh
I
my
look
God,
back
you
at
are
those
Aladdin.
memories, and I'm like,
dude,
those are all of our adventures.
Aaron-
That's every
Aaron's
episode
Apu.
of.
I don't know who that is.
The monkey.
Apu.
Apu from The Simpsons.
he owns a Quickie Mart.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Sonny's your genie. Brian's your magic carpet.
Yeah.
You ride him all
you
night.
ride me.
Ah.
I'll show you.
I was thinking it,
whole
but
new
I didn't
world,
say
dude.
it.
Yours, Apu. Oh, yes.
Me?
Apu, dude.
Apu, Zabu, which one is it?
Yeah.
Apu.
I don't
Zabu?
know.
Zabu's in there now.
Is it Zabu?
But
Apu?
aside from just
Apu.
the story,
Apu.
though, it's also
Apu?
how my experiences with.
Sorry. I'm trying to figure out the names.
It's Abu.
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 Abu, and then the parrot is Iago.
Yeah. Okay.
Iago.
I know that one.
I forgot he.
Seymour Smokes.
Yeah.
That's who Iago is. If you guys don't know.
Say more, please.
Seymour Smokes.
No, but that's like half of it, right? You know, how relevant the story is to life. But the other
Come
half.
on, guys.
Oh.
No, keep going.
Oh, the other half though is the experience that I had with it, because it was at a time when, you know, I didn't know what the hell was going on with my life, but also in terms of my parents, my dad and my mom were divorced at the time. And my dad bought me this. Well, actually, I don't remember if it was my dad or my mom, but one of them bought me this one movie. And the moment I watched it, it resonated with me so much. Like literally every day right before school, I would wake up, pop that VHS into our VCR, and I would be watching it in the morning. I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning just to watch that before I go to school. It would like pump me up. It's like, you know, when you wake up and then you play like Lady Gaga and then, you know, you're trying to get ready for the day, you know, to sit in traffic or whatever the hell you're doing for that day.
Yeah.
It pumped you up. And I did that as a kid. And so all of these positive memories of things going right in my life were specific to that movie. And so like you combine those two together and it's exactly why it's my favorite movie of all time.
Dude, that's great.
Disney movie.
That's a great reason to love a movie, honestly.
Yeah, man.
Some movies
Cheers
that
to
I
that,
like
dude.
are just for the hot girls. Sometimes it really connects with me. Most of the time it's because of the hot girls.
You used to watch them late before you go to sleep, huh?
Yeah.
You know.
It's crazy. Just to get pumped up.
Well, I mean, you were pumping
out.
something.
Either
I was pumping all right.
Pumping iron.
I thought you said something else. That was like so inappropriate.
I
That
heard
is
the
so
other part now.
gross. But
Say it.
yes.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, my accent isn't very good. I mean, you know.
So
So get to the chopper.
get to the chopper.
Dead on, dude.
Can we
Directly to the forehead.
transition to your Good Luck Chum
Yeah, definitely.
vlog? Like, what made you guys decide to start this? What was your inspirations, and how did you see yourself going forward from back then to now? Like, what did you see you did wrong? What you did right? Things you could change?
Well, a lot of it, I think I'd say
Great story.
Sick.
Come on.
two things, right?
It's too funny. Sorry.
Because Good Luck Chum has like two streams. There's the vlog part of it, which is great for
Oh yeah.
us capturing our memories. And that's
Yeah.
really how it started. It started with us kind of going on all of these adventures and then looking back at pictures and then going, wait a second, do you remember doing this? What was it like? What kind of things did we get into? And then we would talk about it and have these nostalgic feelings. And then we thought about all of our experiences and we're like, we should start recording these things. We should start having this kind of video diary of all of the things that we do. And the other stream, which is like our Disneyland Adventures, our 5 Things Disney stream, or it's more so because we were going to Disneyland and then we were like, we should vlog when we go to Disneyland. But every time we vlogged when we go to Disneyland, it would be kind of similar. It would be kind of the same thing because there were things that we've gone so many times. There were things that we like to do and we went there all the time. So then we wanted to create a way to kind of liven up and make it a choose your own adventure. So then we started creating these themed Disney trips where it wasn't just let's go to Disneyland. It was like, let's go to Disneyland, but we're doing it because of Mary Poppins. So let's do all of the Mary Poppins related things. Let's go to Disneyland, but we're doing it for Winnie the Pooh. So let's do all of the Winnie the Pooh related things.
It's so funny that you said,
and it kind of created these adventures.
It's so funny that you said Mary Poppins first because when you said "Let's go," I just started singing the Mary Poppins song in my head. I was like, God,
What is the Mary
that's
Poppins
crazy. Let's go fly a kite.
Yeah.
How's that go? Can you guys-
Let's go fly a kite.
Is that it?
Something up my butt. I don't know. Is that Mary Poppins?
Maybe. Also, hold on. I think this is not recording.
Oh, sick.
It hasn't been recorded for the past hour. Oh, you can see it from where you're
It is
sitting.
Mary Poppins.
Oh.
That's the mirror.
Up to the highest height.
it like a minute ago, so it shouldn't be that.
I don't think I've ever seen Mary Poppins.
This shit is so good.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
Yeah.
The medicine go down. The medicine go down.
The medicine go down.
I think I'm sure I've seen it as a kid. I just don't remember it.
Dude, a lot of
I-
people
and I
haven't
have
seen
been-
it, dude.
yeah.
It's crazy to me.
There's a new one.
It's an
with,
old movie though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Oh yeah, it
The
just
new
came
one?
out
Yeah,
recently.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
Oh,
yeah.
she did a
John
remake?
Krasinski's wife. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
So I'm trying to watch
Yeah.
that.
For the longest time, I thought John Krasinski was married to Pam. And I thought the office was real, but I guess
mean,
I'm wrong. So
What did you just say?
That
The
was
Office
married to
is real.
Angela.
Jim.
dare you.
Sorry, I called him John. I'm mixing up all their J's.
James. Jimothy.
Jimothy.
Ice Cream Man.
Nothing says an episode of TDAD like the Ice Cream Man
Yeah.
outside
Oh,
of
yeah.
the... Our window's not open, by the way. If you can
Yeah.
hear it,
The
then
corn
you're,
guy's gonna
you're
come by soon.
crazy.
Yep.
That was actually a
Corn?
spot on impression.
Elote sounds good right now.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what? Let's just stop mid-episode and go get corn. Keep it recording. See how long it takes for us to get back.
No, but that's just a whole bunch of extra footage for him to have to edit.
Technically, he doesn't have to edit. It's just us. There's
Yeah.
no footage.
Yeah.
It's just
Empty space.
Technically, we're just hanging out. None of this is
Yeah,
recording.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
This is not even for an episode.
Yeah,
This is
we're
for our
just
personal
talking,
talk.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I
It's
can
our
see that.
personal,
I can see that.
personal
Yeah.
spank bank.
Yeah.
Yank
Sometimes-
bank,
yeah.
I would call it.
That explains
Patrick
how
says
much-
spank bank.
Oh.
Yeah.
But pretty much that's the reason why we had that kind of part of our Disney Good Luck Chum stream.
That's
It
cool.
was a
man.
way for us to kind of create adventures that we would go on. And the reason why it's 5 Things Disney is because we said it's
10 is too
essentially
much.
impossible to try everything in Disneyland.
6 was
Yeah.
way
Yeah,
too
yeah.
overwhelming.
But 5
4
Things
is not
gives us
enough.
a chance to pick 5
350.
things that we
Oh.
know 100% we have to
Yeah,
try.
yeah. I know. Yeah, no, that's
No, yeah.
good.
Dude, that's
and,
cool.
and
man.
it's different because it gives us a varied adventure. Like one of the things that we're trying to do next is like an alcohol run for
Nice.
Disneyland.
Wait a
Because
second.
Wait, wait,
California
wait.
Adventure
Wait,
has-
Hey.
Back it up.
You said something about alcohol.
You said alcohol.
Yeah, because California
alcohol.
Adventure has places for you to get alcohol. Like for example, there's a summer party during California Adventure.
That's cool. That's cool.
And they have they serve beer on tap at one of the in between one of the two stages in the Hollywood section of California Adventure.
Yeah.
But they also sell beer right next to Ghirardelli's. And then they also sell wine at a lot of the different restaurants. Yeah. For example, the Golden Vine Winery. Yeah. They sell wine there. And then on top of that, they also have alcohol or different bottles in different restaurants that you can try. So you can do kind of like a beer crawl or a wine crawl inside of Disneyland itself.
Do we all? You have a pass, obviously.
Yes.
And you guys have a Disney pass?
I just got one.
Oh yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want to get a Disney pass?
I'm down.
I've been wanting to get one.
For real?
Yeah.
If you want to get one, I'm down.
I used to not like Disneyland,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason it's just been I've been wanting to go there.
Yeah.
Because we talked about the masturbating at Disneyland thing,
Yeah.
right?
something about masturbating in front of children. I'm just going.
Oh.
That was a joke.
Can somebody call the police?
Oh no, I didn't.
We found him, guys. We found him.
That was a joke,
already here.
Really. But I'm just really. I just want to go to meet some children.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. Interesting story though. One of the reasons why Disneyland doesn't invite or doesn't allow you to wear
masturbating story.
This one kid I met,
No, one of the reasons why Disneyland doesn't allow you to wear anything that covers your face at Disneyland, or come to Disneyland in costume when you're an adult.
Oh, they scan you for being a child molester.
Scan you?
Wait, what? No.
Oh no! I kind of thought it was really gonna go into that. No, honestly.
I mean that would be something that the technology already exists in countries like China, but they make it so that as a part of their brand, they don't want you to dress up as one of their characters, and then some kid or some family confuses you as working for Disneyland, and then you do something crazy.
That makes sense.
Because then they're like, "Hey, wait a second, why are you doing that? You work for Disneyland. Look at what this Aladdin did, but he's just some guy in cosplay." It's actually. So it's one of the reasons why a lot of people really like Halloween time at Disneyland, because it's one of the times that they make it a little bit more lax, because everybody is in costume.
And everybody just knows not to touch anybody else.
Well, you still can't wear a mask that covers your face.
Oh, I didn't know
so you can't use face paint.
Adults.
It's not a mask.
Yeah. Well, adults and children, actually, I think. I think they're a little
children
bit
wear
more.
masks.
You're so disappointed.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You're right.
No child face painting?
Yeah. Because I mean,
he just sets up a booth and just child face painting.
Free for children over here.
Just blow on this.
Just blow on.
Your face will be covered in.
It's like
so
airbrush.
Bad.
Like airbrush.
Airbrush. What are you talking
They
about?
do airbrushing on downtown
Airbus.
Disney. They'll do like
Yeah.
they'll do like butterflies and stuff. Like I'm pretty sure you can do like butterflies and stuff, because I mean it's a service they literally offer in downtown Disney. But you know. So why am I the only one talking about Disney?
What was the
about you
top?
guys?
What was the topic?
You're the Disney.
Yeah, what about you guys?
We're trying to
learn.
learn.
Hey, by the way, I was gonna say
we're trying to learn all things Disney.
Ooh, you should split the alcohol.
I've got plenty of Disney stories.
I was gonna say that Disneyland also offers alcohol. I don't know how new that is.
You just
but Disneyland, not Cali.
I said you just told me that.
Yeah.
Recently.
So, anyways, so what the fuck? I don't know what you're saying.
I said you recently just told me that.
Yeah.
Like personally.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same story.
Yeah.
But yes, because outside of restaurants, I didn't know where they had alcohol in Disney, and I went to like the Marvel area kind of, and they had this area where they serve cocktails and beer, which is new to me, because I went there and I was like, I don't have to stay over there. I can come to Disneyland.
I don't have to pregame before I come to Disneyland.
No.
Same.
I don't have to pregame at Cali Adventure. Just to fucking suffer a small world.
Whoa.
That's in Disneyland.
That's in Disneyland,
by the way.
That's why I just.
Yeah, he's saying he would go to Cali Adventure to pregame there and then drink, and so that he can handle the amazing ride that is Small World. Yeah. Don't you dare say different.
That's a good place to take a nap. Also, pirates.
Actually, that shit is scary.
It is a great way to unwind after a really fast roller coaster, like
Space
Mountain, or
really
any of the mountains.
Teacups is insane.
Yeah.
What's the other mountain?
Matterhorn.
Matterhorn.
Matterhorn Mountain.
But
I don't think I've ever been on the Splash Mountain one. That's when you go down on the log and
yeah.
I don't think I've ever been on that.
Oh.
Just
You
throwing
want
that
to?
out there.
It would be super scary.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Because
Well,
there's thorns on
Do
the
you
bottom.
you get wet obviously, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
you get
the
wet.
best time to go, of course, is summer because,
hate
you know, who cares if you get wet, right?
The people in the front don't get wet. Only the people in the back.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I
Just
think
remember that
everybody
next
gets wet. But
The
you get more or less wet depending on where you sit.
Yeah. These fucking trolls.
Damn it, man. You're just in my corner of my eye, just smiling. I was like, I got this.
Yeah.
Hey, don't blame me. Hold your own.
It's
Hold
your
your own.
fault. You're
Hold your own.
smiling.
I can smile.
Yeah.
He
Can you hit monitor off?
I
Boom. That's good. Yeah.
I think maybe
Cool.
Huh?
Thanks.
I think maybe Sovin should even smile
I
more.
can't hear Brian anymore.
I feel like Brian's mic just turned off for some reason.
Talk. I can hear him. It moves,
Hello.
but I can't hear you. For sure.
Oh,
Hello.
Oh wow. Embarrassing.
embarrassing.
What?
Text.
Oh,
Your text was
is it a
embarrassing?
picture of your
Because I told
dick?
you to turn your phone off, and my text went off.
It's kind of like when you're in a movie theater and then you're like, hey, silence your phone because I don't want you to ruin this movie. And then your phone goes off. And then you're like, oh, sorry about that.
Oops.
I'm normally not popular. Nobody cares about me. And then
like-
after you're done crying,
Damn.
you finish watching the movie.
Damn.
That's very true.
That escalated.
Nobody cares about
real fucking quick.
On my recent adventures to Disneyland, I met Black Panther. And
Oh.
I normally don't stop and
Did
take
you also see the Dormelage and everything too? Like the whole group? Or just like seeing Black Panther on
just
your
saw
Jeep
Black
riding
Panther
through?
and the chief. I don't know. Just the head chief.
Master Chief.
What's her name?
T'Challa.
The bald headed.
Oh,
Oh, Okoye.
Grace Jones. Yeah.
Okoye, yeah.
So
She's the
Okoye.
head
I
of the
saw
Dormelage.
Okoye
Akuya.
and I saw
saw
T'Challa. And
Oh,
I
was it?
normally don't stop to take a picture with anybody at Disneyland,
Yeah.
like character-wise. And I actually stood in line for T'Challa.
But
wow.
you had to because the mask and the poster.
Oh, yeah.
And
definitely.
I thought you
poster.
brought those.
But yeah, and
I'm surprised.
the
I had
guy-
no idea you even liked Black Panther.
the guy, the guy really sold his character though. He was
Oh,
like
yeah.
legit,
It's like murdering kids.
Was he like,
dead silence.
Like, oh, that's a bad joke.
No, but he was like,
my name is Black Panther.
I'm a baseball player.
Do you want to take a picture
I'm
with
just
me?
a Black Panther.
That's an elefante. In the
Oh, Key and Peele.
Come on.
That's what you remember. I was like, wait a second. Why are these
thought it was
accents
cool.
so bad?
Yeah.
None of this sounds like Wakandan at all.
Yeah, dude. You have pictures? Right here?
See, what's really cool
Photo
about
right there.
the Disneyland
photo
characters
right here. Sorry. I know.
is that they
There's
do
multiple.
they have Disney runs, fun runs,
Mhm.
or even if you want to go to like half marathon levels. But
actual
if you
runs.
sign up for those runs, what they'll do is the Disney characters will actually be out on the running trail, and you can
Oh.
stop and take pictures with them. So like we
Nice.
did the Disney 5K for the Avengers, and like Captain America was out and Black Widow was out, and we like before finishing our run, we would just wait in line and take pictures. It was amazing
That's
Dude,
cool,
that's
man.
awesome.
because normally there's a huge line, but there
Yeah.
isn't because the only people that you're competing with in terms of getting pictures is the people who are on the run.
Yeah.
So
One thing. Okay. No, I'm just checking the thing. Sorry.
When's
Do you
the
guys
next one?
want? Do you guys legit want to get Disney Pass?
Yeah.
I'm
You too?
cool with that too.
I think you wanted it, but you didn't know if.
I have like fucking.
I think you mentioned that.
Oh.
I'm not. I have free time. I'm not doing shit.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Ah.
No, yeah. That'd be cool.
it would be cool.
Yeah.
The adventures we could do would be like really really cool because we could do like the alcohol runs.
No
we could do like a
girlfriends.
beer crawl. We could do like a wine crawl.
Mhm.
We could do a restaurant run, and then we can do like a roller coaster only run. So it would be like really cool to kind of plan out the adventures, or we can even theme it based off of specific movies or specific. characters.
You know the Pirates ride.
Yeah.
How you pass by that restaurant?
Blue Bayou.
I've always wanted to eat there or hang out there. Never have.
That's awesome.
Just 'cause
It
it's like-
depends on what item of food you get
Oh,
and
wait.
probably the time of the day that you eat there.
Yeah.
But it's the ambiance on that restaurant is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sitting next to the ride is.
You have
Exactly.
to. You should request those seats
Yep.
because last time
Oh,
I
you
went
have
there,
to?
like they gave us like some bullshit ass seat.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Mm.
definitely the ones next to the ride is cool.
You might have to wait like a little bit longer, but even then, it's super worth it because if you're going to spend your time going on that ride,
reservations.
you might as well.
Fucking jambalaya.
Me and Jamie went there, and we went with Jose and Bella, but Jose and Bella went on the ride. But
did you guys see each other?
They saw us. They were like, "Hey, throw me a biscuit."
Did you throw? You should have.
No way. Dude.
That was hilarious. Dude.
That's genius.
Dude.
Just waited that whole time, got reservations 2 months ahead of time.
Yeah.
Get out.
Exactly, man.
Go pick up your biscuit and get out.
Pay the bill. Throw your biscuit and get out.
Does she still get free tickets to
No, she does not. She does not work there anymore.
Tough.
That's why we got a pass, essentially. Yeah.
Which pass did you get?
Deluxe. So
is that the highest one?
No, it's the second lowest.
It goes deluxe,
Cali Select,
the SoCal.
or it's SoCal, then deluxe, then signature, then signature plus.
Yeah,
signature plus is the highest one.
Yeah, and I think that's the
It's
one
not
that
called
comes
premium
with
anymore?
Max Pass and
Like
they
no
divided premium into
blackout dates and shit, right?
Say that again?
Blackout dates.
They divided the premium into 2 different passes
Uh-huh.
because what they did was they released a couple more extra things that you can get, like the Max Pass, which allows you to
Max pass.
sign up for fast passes wherever you are in the park.
Oh shit!
So you can do
The
it from
app
the app
thing?
on your phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that comes with it, and then I think it also comes with parking, which is pretty expensive too,
Yes, it
and
does.
it comes with a photo pass, which
Photo Pass is legit cool. by the way.
legit.
Damn.
Like at first, it was always like, no, I'm not going to take a photo pass. I have a cell phone that has a camera on it, and I can take a picture. But one of the freedoms that it really gives you when you have the photo pass is you aren't scared about taking the picture anymore, like ever. You always want the photo.
What are we talking about?
What is the photo pass?
Oh, the photo pass is
Yeah,
you know
I was,
when
like,
you walk
so
into the park
confused.
and then somebody's like, "Oh, do you want a picture in front of the castle?"
Uh-huh.
And then there's like Disney
Legitimate
employees that
Disney
have like really
people.
nice cameras.
Okay.
So what you can do is you take a picture there, and normally what you do is you take the picture, and then you have to go to like the photo area, and then you buy the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The photo pass, what they do is they make it so that you can access it
You
digitally,
just get it.
Yeah.
and you just get the photo.
Damn.
As part of
So
the-
it's
the
like
top
you
tier.
pay
That's fucking
as a
smart.
part of your pass, and
Yeah.
then wherever you take photos, wherever you want to go to take photos, they'll take the photo for you, and you just get the photo,
That's smart.
which is genius because it's
Yeah.
fully digital now, so they don't
Yeah.
have to like print out physical photos or anything anymore,
Yeah.
and they have a network set up, so then everything they just scan your pass. It takes maybe a day or 2, and then it just gets uploaded into your account, and then you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We have a friend that
Wow.
him and his girlfriend don't take pictures, but when they got that plus package with the photo thing, they go out of their way to take pictures now because they have.
Yeah.
It was like, why not? And
Yeah.
it's actually cooler. 'cause
High
it's-
quality
yeah.
photos.
Yeah. They're really high quality, and a lot of times the equipment that they're using to take your photo, for you to bring that same equipment, it would be so annoying because you'd have to carry it around.
Yeah.
Jose,
Bah.
Dude, that's tight. I want that.
Yeah.
Take pictures.
I want
you want that?
Yeah. Well, it sounds cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
they
legit
have like
sounds
photo taking
cool as
spots
fuck.
right in front of the castle. They have it in front of certain rides.
Yeah, they have hotspots.
There's a lot of different spots for them to take photos, and there are times now where, because of the whole photo pass thing, they actually opened up additional photo spot areas.
Oh, because they're so popular now.
Because it's so
That's cool.
popular. So then it makes it so that you can walk around the entire park and just take photos. And the
Dude.
photos that you take with characters too, you just get the photos.
Yeah. Nice.
So, which is amazing because you don't have
those
to be
too.
like, oh, here you go, use my
Instagram
phone to
in
take the
seconds.
photo
In
or whatever.
seconds.
Like, you
Real
just
time.
Yeah.
they scan your badge or your pass,
yeah.
and then they take the photo, and then that's how we got our pictures with Minnie, with Mikee, everything.
Can I look up how much these passes are?
A lot. How
yeah.
about just one of us gets it, but that one person always has to be in all the pictures?
Yeah,
It's you.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
But then every last second, that person just jumps out.
No, I actually don't think they would even need to do that because you would just, like, for example, let's say you have 5 kids, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to be in the photo with the kids.
Oh,
You
you
would
just
want
be part of
to.
the group.
Yeah, you might want to
Oh.
be in the photo, but you don't really have to be. You can just
Yeah.
say, oh, yeah, just save it onto my badge because as long as you're there, I think that's what's more
Yeah.
important, having that photo pass on there and being there,
Makes sense.
but not necessarily being in the photo itself.
Yeah, that situation is perfect.
Yeah.
How much is
These
the?
passes went up, man.
How much is the
God
most
damn.
expensive one?
$1,400.
How much is the monthly for that?
104. 103.75.
That's without a down payment.
That's after 155 down payment.
100 what?
155.
Yeah.
Normally, the down payment's about the cost of a single ticket.
Ah, makes sense.
So then,
Oh yeah, it's yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
the cool thing too is if you really want to take advantage of it. I mean, if you're looking at the Signature Plus pass or whatever, then it doesn't matter. But if you want to
that
take
one has
advantage
no blackout
and get like a SoCal
dates.
pass,
It is blackout
want something
dates.
cheaper.
Sorry,
What?
because he made fun of me because I said blackout dates.
You said blackout.
Yeah,
and I
but-
said blackouts.
No, you're making fun of me because I said blackout. Turns out it's actually blackout.
Yeah,
I think it's
Go on.
both.
because
I think
specifically
places
they say that
yeah.
if you go there on a
Universal
blockout
Studios
date,
says
they say,
blackout.
"Oh, you're blocked,"
Yeah.
and that's
You're
why they call
blacked.
it a blockout date.
You're black.
Let's take a shot, dude. Take a shot, guys.
It's a blackout date.
Dude, okay, so what pass do you have?
I also have the deluxe. I've had it for a really long time, and I've
Mike.
just been renewing.
I'm looking at the fucking.
tickets.
I'm gonna buy this deluxe one, then we can all go.
That's an expensive one.
No,
That's the second. That one's $54 a month. 800.
I'm gonna get the best one, so we can just all carpool in my car.
Yeah, because also
It comes with
parking
parking.
changed to 25,
Yeah,
Mhm.
25 and 30,
and it's
depending on how
and
big your car
it's
is.
good in the sense of if you go more than twice a month, that's already worth it to be the
higher one?
signature plus. Yeah, because you actually pay that difference off if you were to go anyway, and it's
Yeah.
better off.
No,
for,
it's not twice a month. I think it's.
let's say at least twice a month. I
It's
said.
more.
No, because we can go once a month and we would still be under.
Oh, because I
Yeah.
thought I just recently calculated for my sister because I told her they just got passes too, and then I was like, just pay like $200-300 extra to get the highest one, so you get free
Yeah.
parking all the time.
Mhm.
She goes like a lot. So I was
Yeah.
like, dude, if you go a lot, you're wasting
That's
more
what I'm
money.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the bigger
Oh yeah,
better
yeah,
pass.
yeah.
And the thing too that you always want to take
I
into
could do
account
that.
is that when people buy tickets, what they'll do is they'll get a ticket and then they'll spend the entire day there. But when you
Yeah.
become a pass holder, you go there for like an hour.
or two.
Maybe- no,
Sometimes
maybe
you
a
go
little
there for
longer,
2,
like
maybe
3 to
3,
4.
maybe
Yeah.
4, depending on what you want to do.
You
right?
go there to eat and
Exactly.
then you leave.
And so because you make more frequent trips because you're able to go in and out,
Mhm.
then it actually makes it so that you end up going more often and you pay more for parking if you
Yeah,
choose to go that route.
Definitely.
Or you end up saying, "Oh, I don't want to go because then I'll have to pay for parking," but that's going to also
That's stupid.
deter you from using the pass that you paid all of this money
Yeah,
for
that's
in the
Yeah,
first place.
just
It just
fucking
it
do it.
seems counterintuitive,
yeah.
but
If we do that, can we eat at that place at California Adventure? Like you
Carthay
go right
Circle?
in, and then it's I think the white building.
Yeah,
Carthay
you need-
Circle.
I think
It's
you
right
need
before
reservation,
everything branches out
Yeah.
into
You
different
don't
lanes.
need reservations.
Let's do it.
I would totally go.
Carthay Circle is really, really nice because they also offer like a VIP meal that is, I believe, 3 or 5 courses. I don't remember exactly, but it's the meal that also gives you a really great seat when you watch the World of Color.
Oh,
So-
that one too.
It's like the World of
Instead
Color
of,
meal.
The
So
mermaid
then
place?
you get, it comes with a ticket that puts you right in the front of World of Color, and the
Yeah.
World of Color is amazing.
Yeah.
That's definitely something you want to watch, but make sure you wash your
Wash,
face
yeah.
afterwards, because
Save.
the water that's being sprayed in your face.
If you guys are legit, we can do that alcohol episode with you guys.
Oh, that would be
Do you want
super
it?
cool.
Do you want to do like a boys?
Yeah, I'd
boys,
be down
boys
for that.
trip.
Yeah, I'd be super down for that.
We should
Yeah.
split it, like one episode beer, one episode wine.
Yeah, we can do that
And
too.
then cocktails.
Or you can just fucking get blackout drunk.
Yeah.
Welcome to Good
Luck,
Chum.
Look at this motherfucker, man. Good luck, Chum.
We're fucking drunk.
Hey, little boy.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to do
The beer one.
the beer one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Well, okay. Well,
I mean,
obviously it
wine
would be like a
definitely.
combination. We don't have to do like
Yeah.
strictly beer, you know.
Well, I mean, if we do the combination one, then we can do the beer and review or whatever, and then you can comment.
Yeah,
and stuff.
definitely.
And the cocktails.
Yeah.
And the
That cock.
the
But wait,
specialty.
so we're all talking about
Holiday?
Smoothies.
Disneyland passes, and then
Disneyland
going
passes.
to Disneyland, planning a trip and everything. What about Disneyland feelings? Well, what's your favorite Disneyland character? I mean, we talked about my favorite Disneyland character. What's
Oh,
driving
yeah.
you guys to even want to go to Disneyland?
My favorite. I don't know if I have a favorite character.
Let's run through some of the
Well,
characters.
because
now,
I
right?
was never.
Because
I was
you
never.
you kind of
truly-
reacted a little bit when I said Hercules.
No,
so-
no. I was just like.
Reacted how?
He was like,
I was never a fan of Disney because I never grew up with it.
okay.
But recently, I just like kind of had the feeling of just going to Disneyland. I
That's
don't know
Do
why.
you miss it? Do you miss it?
A little bit.
Did you ever have a pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
a while ago,
Yeah.
but I didn't really go that often.
Oh,
Just
really?
kinda wasted money.
Well, then
Yeah.
maybe
But now
your
I'm
favorite
just
Disney
like-
character is more recent character. Maybe it's not like something that you grew up with, like with me, but maybe for you it might even be like a
Does
character
Marvel
from a
count?
Marvel movie.
Just
Yeah,
Star Wars, or
Oh, does Star Wars count?
new Star Wars.
New
counts.
Star Wars counts.
Yeah, new Star Wars.
New Marvel counts.
Well, MCU, we'll call that.
Does Doctor Strange count? Because that guy's cool.
Doctor
Yeah.
Strange definitely
Yeah,
counts.
okay, then I'll go with that guy.
I'll go with
Well,
T'Challa.
Okay. So if Doctor Strange is your favorite character, why
That
would
was
you
my
say-
favorite Marvel movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then who was your favorite character inside of that Marvel movie?
Doctor Strange himself. I
Doctor
believe-
Strange
yeah.
himself? Okay, so
Just because whatever power he had was cool. Like the
Wait, you didn't like Spider-Man?
I never. Well,
The
I
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
I am a diehard fan of those Spider-Mans.
Well, that's
Tobey
not
Maguire.
MCU.
Sam
though.
Raimi
Yeah,
Spider-Man?
It's not
It's
MCU.
not.
But
It's
I-
Fox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
sorry.
watched the one with
Sony
Oh no, you're right. It is Sony.
Oh.
Fox is Fantastic Four, I think.
and X-Men.
I saw the ones with Emma Stone
Ah.
and British guy
Andrew
Garfield.
Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
The
I
Amazing
did not.
Spider-Man.
I did not
Yeah.
watch the Homecoming one
Okay.
or Spider Verse yet. I want to see Into the Spider Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It's
I've been-
one of the
I've been
best
wanting-
animated
Oh, it's on
movies I
Netflix,
saw that
isn't it?
year, including like the Disney stuff,
I
like
I don't know.
Because of
Might be.
Miles
Wreck-It Ralph and
Morales.
everything.
Might be.
It was like the
No, I don't think so.
driving
He's
force.
'Cause I would've
he's
watched it
amazing.
again
He-
if it
he's
was on
amazing.
Netflix.
It's
So,
Yeah,
the
it
way
would've
that
been
they
like
set up his
maybe next
character,
month.
the way that he's like a brand new Spider-Man, but at the same time, it's not like a retold origin story. It's
Yeah.
an origin story that kind of piggybacks off of
Yeah.
the original origin story.
Oh,
It's funny because like when you think about it, it's very meta because everybody's tired of seeing Spider-Man's origin story over again. So then in this movie,
What
they're
do you
like, we're
laugh?
going to give you 5 more origin stories.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's-
Captain Marvel's coming out.
That I also want to see.
Well, that's
Yes.
first.
Brie Larson's
Yeah.
going to be amazing.
Brie
Yeah.
Larson's hot.
Every
Choice.
trailer that I've seen,
That-
absolutely
that
amazing.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson. So
Yes, Samuel L. Jackson pre-patch, which means that
Oh,
is he
yeah.
going to lose his eye?
The
in
cat's
this
gonna
movie?
scratch it out.
Are they going to just actually tell us? You can't say stuff like that without saying spoiler alert.
why? It's a prediction.
Because
It didn't happen.
if you're right,
Then it's a spoiler.
It's
it's true. It's true.
I know. I
It
was
kind
just-
of people do that. It's stupid because like
Yeah, they're like, oh,
potential
just in case my
potential
prediction
spoiler
is
alert.
like, really, really
Hey,
accurate.
just in case my guess is accurate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
stupid, right?
Well, it depends too because most of the people who do that,
My guess.
their
Be my guest.
their whole
Be my
thing is
guest.
making predictions and being like a specialist in the storyline or the plot line. So if they're going to be a specialist, their chances of getting it right are actually higher.
Yeah.
Just fair.
So they would want to warn people, but at the same time, though, it's like, why are you
They
going to
don't
click on
really
a video
need
to
to.
get all of this information and not expect spoilers?
Yeah.
It's like when you read a movie review and you're
Bad.
like, oh, you spoiled the movie because you reviewed it. And you're like, but I mean, you were
A
read the
review.
non-spoiler section, I guess.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah. Is there any
mean-
repercussions to that? Like, honestly, because I know everybody fucking does it, but is there like consequences to not saying spoiler alert?
No,
There
it's just
aren't-
people being a bitch about
Yeah,
it.
right.
Well,
is that it?
yeah.
Look
I
at that.
don't think
Fuck
it's
it.
consequences in terms of like
Why would you
somebody's
click on
the
something- some
Film
content
Actors Guild of
that you're
America is gonna
saying
fine you,
depends,
know.
Yeah.
But
you know,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
it depends too because if let's say you're a channel and you're doing film theories and then you don't do spoilers and you don't specify that
Film.
this is a a spoiler video,
Film.
then you
Yeah.
could lose subscribers.
Yeah.
You could lose watchers,
Ah.
you could lose views, and that could
Oh.
be like your
Okay. So it's nothing
What
like
stops you from-
regulations, YouTube
exactly
regulations or whatever. It's
There's
just,
no
it's
regulation
just-
that
That would be really shitty if they had that.
Yeah, that's
You-
what I
you-
thought
YouTube,
because
oh, you
everyone does
spoiled.
it.
Yeah.
So I guess it's
Yeah.
just like
But it's also one of those things too where it's hard because of everything we were talking about earlier. It's hard to pinpoint where that line is. Even if they were to say, okay, after a certain amount of days it becomes a spoiler,
Yeah.
who says that? And how do they determine where that line is? Like you can't really do that. It's easier to just give a spoiler warning just in case.
Yeah.
Because even if somebody doesn't watch the video the day that you post it, maybe they watch it a year later.
yeah.
And it's not a spoiler and there is no chance of it being a spoiler, but it still could be relevant because of the off chance that somebody does come into the video,
They should
especially
just-
now that YouTube just plays videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to even click on it anymore. They're just
It
like,
just-
oh, you like that video? Check this one out.
Yeah.
And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden it's like, oh, this is what happens at the end of Harry Potter. And then you're like, oh, well, great. I didn't know that one. You know, like, It could be. Yeah.
But,
It's true. Thanks for explaining that.
yeah, so Doctor Strange is my favorite, and that's why I want to go to Disneyland.
Okay, I can see
I
that.
think that's why I want to go to Disneyland. I
There's
just
no
want to go
Doctor
because
Strangeland.
I'm kind of just being open to everything now.
Well, what's your favorite
And,
cool thing that Doctor
Anything.
Strange did?
I mean anything.
What's your favorite cool thing that Doctor Strange did?
So in the movie,
Crash.
when he trapped himself in that time loop, I forgot the bad guy's name.
Dormammu.
Yeah, and he trapped him in that time loop
Mm-hmm.
and kind of defeated him or whatever, I guess.
Yep.
Or beat
Spoiler
that whole
alert:
scenario.
Avengers: Infinity Wars is a whole time loop. I'm serious.
All right,
I'm just
cool.
kidding. Yeah, that was an
So-
awesome smart part.
You know what's
Alright.
interesting too about
So yeah,
that?
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. That's what kind of made him like the
Yeah.
coolest one to me.
And you know what's interesting
That shit was
about
genius,
that?
man.
It is.
He was like, I guess he wasn't supposed to use that thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he was told not to use it, but did anyways, and he
Mhm.
like whooped this guy's ass
Yeah.
mentally.
And it was actually a really big part of the plot line of the entire movie. Because when you think about it, right, the antagonist of the movie, who was also kind of helping him, Mordo, he's a strict believer that magic belongs to this people and you should use
Was
magic
that
in
the
this
Asian
way.
guy? I don't
No,
I
he's
don't-
the,
I don't know
um,
these names.
He was
He's
the
like
one who trained him how
Russian
to fight.
dude.
Chang.
Okay.
Oh no.
The library guy who.
Yeah, he was the one at the end who was like, you know what the problem is? Too many
Midgets, yeah.
sorcerers, and then he took magic away from him.
Sorry, I
No,
have
but
to.
that's a large part of the movie. A large part of the movie was essentially that the reason why Doctor Strange got picked
Yeah.
to be the Sorcerer Supreme
Yeah.
was because he understood that sometimes you have to use dark magic, just like how the ancient one used dark magic to keep herself alive.
He used dark magic.
Technically, using the Infinity Stone or powering yourself using the dark dimension is dark magic, which is what she was doing to kind of elongate her life, the ancient one.
Uh-huh.
And then that's what kind of turned Mortal off, because he was like, no, you shouldn't be using dark magic at all. That's how the
Oh shit.
the entire,
What I said.
yeah. But that's crazy, because what you're talking about is the core part of the film.
Yeah.
That part, that climax at the end is Doctor Strange saying, I understand now. I can break these rules and it's
Yeah.
okay.
That
As long
was-
as I'm using it for good.
That was insane to me. Like, legit insane. Like,
Yeah.
the way
And-
he did that.
Are you falling asleep?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It's because we weren't talking about Black Panther.
So I'm assuming Black Panther
Emmy
is yours.
nominated.
Yeah, yeah.
Cyclops.
Oscar nominated, right?
Yeah.
Was it Emmy too?
I
I think it was Oscar nominated
Oscar,
for
sorry.
Best Picture.
Yeah.
Was it?
one of those.
It was
awards.
Black
That movie was
Klansman
tight.
and Black
Yeah.
Panther.
Yeah.
It's like all over the place.
Yeah, it's.
Well, Black Panther's not my favorite Disney character. It was
Mhm.
just my MCU choice.
Mm.
Who would be your favorite Disney character then?
Sully.
Sully, Monsters
Yeah.
Inc. Whoa.
Monsters,
really?
Monsters Inc. and Wally's my two favorite movies.
Wow.
Pixar, Disney, whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are two of my favorites. Wally,
Wow.
number one, and then Monsters Inc.
My screen name in all throughout high school was
With
Mike
Mike
Wazowski.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that.
That's why I was thinking for Halloween.
You
guys-
can.
I could be.
I can be Sully, and you can be Mike.
I know, Mike Wazowski.
You can be Boo.
You can be Boo.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Down.
No, you can be the caterpillar snake one.
No, you could be
The
Randall.
purple one. Randall.
Oh.
Randall.
Right? Is that
Yeah,
right?
Isn't he the bad guy?
Yeah.
The
Chameleon.
camouflage dude.
Yeah, the purple one.
He's the chameleon.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to be
And
the.
You could be that lady that's always watching us.
Yeah.
Always watching.
I think her name is Meredith.
Backseat Meredith.
But
Which, by the way, is one of like the most awesome characters, because at the end she reveals she was a part of the CDA and she was working undercover at
Mhm.
the plant to
Wow.
expose.
Spoilers.
Oh, spoiler alert! You know the movie's like 10 years old, so
Oh,
That's
Goofy's
an old
I want
in
to
it?
make sure we'll have to add
That's
the spoiler
fucking
alert in
Maui.
editing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to do it.
So Sully is your favorite Disney
Yeah,
character.
and Wally.
But how come?
I look like him. Is that enough?
Well, Like,
No, I just like that movie so much, and his character was just funny to me. Like him and Mike have a good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sully and Mike Wazowski have good chemistry.
Yeah.
Like they have good banter, and it's like it kind of reminds me of me and him, low-key.
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
the bullshit we go through.
and
and
Thor. Sorry, I heard you say Loki, and he just kind
Thor-
of.
Thor's
I see what you did. You should be Loki for Halloween, by the way.
Yeah.
Just give up. Okay.
Yeah,
Like
Loki.
giving up, I'm accepting.
Do you like Loki?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to put horns on my head, daggers in my pockets.
Dick in your butt.
Cute. You want to see a magic trick?
What about you, Ryan?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I was debating. One of them was Aladdin, but I
Yeah.
didn't know if it was really that one. But I kind of like Jack Sparrow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flagship.
flat, back to the flag.
Flash Flaro. No, I just
Johnny
like him.
Depp is hot.
Yeah, he's funny. He's cunning. It seems like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, but he does. Yeah,
It's fun
he's
because
like a free spirit, kind of.
Yeah, he's a very free spirit, and I think the part that I like the most about what you said is that he doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing, but he does.
Yeah,
And it's almost like doing things comes so easy for him. Like he's like a prodigy.
It's just he just
So-
subconsciously does everything
Just and he's super
and it all
chill
has a
about it.
purpose.
Yeah.
And it's like it goes to a point where it's from like a simple like little task that only lasts like 5 minutes, like
yeah.
him escaping from I don't know these soldiers and then getting on the ship and the ship sailing out. That's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But then some of his things are like the whole movie. It like basically planned it all out and like this is the conclusion that he wanted and he got it. So I was
Yeah.
like it's insane.
And it's
And he
it's funny
sacrificed
because of
too.
Yeah, he did.
the tragedy of how he lost the Black Pearl and everything. And
Yeah.
are you familiar with the mythos behind Captain Jack Sparrow at all?
Davy Jones.
Yeah,
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones's locker.
Dead man tell no tales.
Tell no tales.
Because
Mykonos.
I'm just a baseball player.
I would like a Gricachino.
Mykonos.
Milk from a goat.
that's also right. That's also but he's really he's got a really tragic backstory because the reason why he owes 100 lives is because of the people that he freed, and he essentially is always running away from Davy Jones because he owes souls and he never pays them back, and because he doesn't want to take lives. So it's crazy because they created a series that was about pirates with the least pirate guy that you can make.
Like he does some like he like backstabs people, but at the same time he does it for a reason because he's gonna save them later or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy. So
it's never one of those things where he puts somebody in a precarious situation because he's trying to banish them to death. He's putting him in that situation because he knows that it's the lesser of two evils and that he'll be equipped later to be able to kind of help them out of that situation. So it's always like one of those things where it's like, Jack, how could you do that? And then you realize later in the movie, it's like, oh, that's why you did that.
Yeah. Self-sacrifice too a lot.
Yeah.
Dude. Like he wanted that immortality too.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Self-sex.
he wanted that self-sex at 2 a.m.
You know what's one of the coolest scenes? I think it's part 1 where they fight on the wheelbarrow or the water wheel, whatever.
Yep.
That was pretty
That
sweet.
was like
The
Orlando
caskets, like
Island.
the beer
Yeah,
caskets.
on the island, yeah.
And then they were just sword fighting on top of it while kind of like balancing.
They were trying to get that key.
Yeah, the key.
No, that's a second
Is that
one.
the second one?
Second or third one because they were trying to get the key to the box for Davy Jones.
Then that's the second one. Dead Man's Chest? No.
Tell no tales.
What's the second one? What's the second one called?
Of the Caribbean.
of the
Of the
it's Black Pearl, World's End. That's the third one actually.
Yeah.
Then it has to be not Davy Jones' locker. Dead Man's Chest.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then
because if
the-
they're trying to
The
get a
one
key
with
to something,
Cleopatra?
it would make sense for them to.
Which one is that?
With
Not
who?
Cleopatra. The giant lady.
Oh yeah, that's the Davy Jones one.
Oh,
It
okay.
is
Yeah.
Dead Man's Chest and At World's End.
5 and 3 and 4 or 4
Three
and
was
5 don't count.
On
Really.
Stranger Tides.
Dude, no.
Jack Sparrow wasn't in those.
He was in all of them. It's just like those are it.
They're
The
like
thing you were
side quests
explaining.
outside of.
Yeah, they're
Spin-offs.
milking it
Oh,
obviously,
kind
but
of.
The fourth one I think was the most random one, where they just kind of tried to make another one. There was like a mermaids and shit in that one, but the fifth one like just ended it, kind of to me. Well, ended. What's his name? William Turner and
Elizabeth.
Kira. Yeah, Elizabeth's story. They just ended them. Yeah, Elizabeth Swan. But Jack can still keep going. But yeah,
That's interesting.
but yeah,
Let's take a shot to that.
to our favorite Disney
to
characters.
You guys
Cheers.
have anything else to add on? Any more questions?
Well, I'd like to know a lot about, because now I kind of have a really good understanding of why you guys like these characters, and I can kind of see how liking these characters are even relevant to the type of personalities that you even have in yourselves. You know, you're kind of reflecting in a way where, you know, these are the things that I admire about this character, and it causes me to like them. But the big question for me is, like, in terms of your first exposure, how did you experience or how did you experience that character compared to how you experience them now? Because I think a big question for me is, when you first see a character, you're like, oh man, there's a lot of pizzazz, there's a lot of glam, there's a lot of like, this is really cool. But then when you rewatch the movie, say 5 years later, and then you're watching it with a different set of eyes in a different part of your life, I wonder if you get a different appreciation for it.
It's so insane watching those old Disney movies again, like years later, dude.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid was so short.
Yeah, it
Really?
feels so short.
I watched it again. I was like, what the fuck was this? Like an hour movie?
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
when I was a kid, it seemed like 2 hours ish or whatever. But yeah. What was your question?
When you first watched the very first Pirates of the Caribbean
How do
movie,
you feel
right?
him now if you watch it again?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, one of the things that really sticks out for me with Pirates of the Caribbean, kind of going back to what you were talking about, right? There's a scene where he's on a sinking ship, and then the sinking ship stops and essentially finishes sinking right before he steps off of the tip of the ship and then gets onto the dock.
Yeah.
That is another essentially like example of his genius. This guy planned it out so that as a sinking ship was moving towards a city,
it's crazy.
it would be completely sunk by the time he would just take his step off and then land on the dock.
Yeah.
Like, that's the level of precision that
That's
he has
just like
in his
straight
planning
finesse.
and everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's exactly
Tripping
going
on
into
finesse,
what you're
dude.
talking about. It's incredible.
Don't make no sense, man.
Tripping?
Okay,
Not
so
tripping?
if
Oh.
we have an idea of what all of our favorite
Bruno
characters
Could be
Mars?
tripping. That makes sense too. Huh? Sorry.
No. I was saying that
Dripping.
if we have an idea,
Drip.
dripping like finesse.
Drip.
Okay. Oh,
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars.
Yeah. Now I don't know if that's
I'm
true
gonna-
or not.
Pick it up. Because now it's dripping.
Ah. Learn
Dripping
something new.
in finesse.
Dripping in finesse.
That makes more sense.
It don't make no sense.
Dang.
So,
Dang.
just to teeter off that, Mikey, is dripping in finesse meaning finesse the noun as in swag?
Yeah, like straight up.
That's
Like,
just another word now?
yeah. Well, finesse
Yeah.
or
For as reference to swag. Finesse being used as the noun.
finesse is like
What do you kids call it?
Like smooth.
Oh yeah, I can see how
Yeah.
smooth is that.
Yeah.
So so it's just like an overall word, not
Yeah.
to.
It's way different than swag, but finesse, like in that term,
it's general.
Yeah.
Because swag kind of has like a negative connotation to it a little, right? Or no? Just
Well,
like
I
kind of
feel it's hated
conceited-ish.
for being overused.
Uh,
If that's what you meant.
But I always thought
Swag?
swag was
Oh.
more based off of like material things. Like,
Yeah.
your swag is like what you have versus
That's what it
finesse is
that's
like
what
how
it
you come
became.
off.
do.
Yeah.
Swag was actually your attitude,
Yeah.
and then it became
Oh.
what
It became-
what you wore, what you had, your
Ah.
possessions. Then it became something negative, like swag, like they made fun of it so much,
Oh,
and then
okay.
now it's back to being okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
swag.
Something we all get. Is that what
Yeah.
Michael Scott says?
Stuff we all get.
Stuff we all get.
Swag.
Michael Scott.
Yeah. No finesse. Well, to me, that's like more smooth.
It's
and
awesome.
How you go about.
I mean, that's what it
Living.
means in like
Yeah.
in the context of like sports too.
But dripping in finesse, yeah, I feel like that.
Dripping in
kinda-
smoothness,
yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah.
Would you say you're dripping in finesse?
Depends what we're doing.
Sometimes.
Sex.
Yes.
Is that what we're
I'm
doing?
drenched in it.
Is that what we're doing? No, but I actually like the way that the way that it's phrased, because when you say something like dripping in finesse, it kind of feels like you're talking about an aura.
The whole thing, the
Like,
whole sentence
you
is
give
already
off.
smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Dripping.
Yeah.
And finesse.
And it's
And
funny.
it's
Drip
like-
became the noun too.
Drip. Yeah.
Like,
drip is a big.
Too much dripping,
Oh.
dripping too hard. All this drip.
Or the verb.
It's become part of it.
Yeah.
The drip would
Drip
be
is-
the noun, but
Yeah.
dripping would be.
Oh, because people say I got all this drip on too.
Oh.
It'll slowly
That's
become the
interesting.
new swag.
All the words change.
Yeah.
Like saucy was in for a little while.
Yeah.
You don't like saucy.
Saucy.
It doesn't sound nice to me.
Saucy.
Floss
like,
was one.
Floss. Yeah.
It's even
Moist
worse.
was one.
Moist was my favorite
Yeah.
Moist.
phase.
I
Dude,
remember
you're
when
so
that
moist.
was cool. Yeah, it was like, oh man, that's so fire. It's a little bit moist too.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
But look, since we've been talking about Disney and all of the favorite characters that we have and kind of like why we're tied to them,
Yeah.
like, have you guys ever heard of like role playing?
Of course.
Like,
Role-playing,
it's
you say.
where you kind of like.
I know all that.
You
Well,
dress
one
up
of
like
the
a Disney
things that
character
you
and
can
then
do
you
is like
fuck.
you can theory craft and then imagine what that character would be like in different circumstances. Right?
Sex.
It's kind of it's kind of like when they're writing sequels, because when they write sequels, they keep a consistency in terms of the character arc, but they give them different obstacles, they give them different journeys, they give them a different adventure. So then what I'm thinking is like, with all of the 4 characters that we enjoy, why not put them into a shared universe like the MCU, and then talk about what kind of adventure they would go on, similar to how, the kind of adventures that we have.
What's their goal?
We can talk about that. Our goal can
Dormammu.
evolve as we go.
Yeah.
It could be to defeat Dormammu. It could be to find Dormammu.
Get
like,
bitches.
It could be that.
Oh, sorry.
It
I'm
could
sorry. I was
be-
thinking about what Aladdin can do.
No.
That's his power, right?
Yeah, he
Get
has.
bitches.
He has a
Power.
magic carpet. You know how many? You know how many
See-
hoes you can get with
Yeah.
a magic carpet?
But okay,
Just one, apparently.
Yeah.
this,
The best.
which is the best if that's the only one you want.
The nasty.
But the way I
Yeah.
see it is like, for example,
Final
let's
shot.
say Dormammu comes back, right? And Dormammu is trying to implode the Disney universe. It wants to rip it apart and use all of the magical energy and then bring it into the dark dimension.
Yeah.
So you got to stop it. But last time, Dormammu opened up the portal for you. So now you have to actually go into the dark dimension to fight Dormammu, but you don't know how to get there. Aladdin has a magic carpet. He can fly you through a portal. Aladdin also has a genie who might be able to break the dimensional barrier to be able to get you into the dark dimension.
Yeah.
Sully might be somebody who is able to harness the energy inside of the dark dimension,
Yeah.
because he's able to he was able to find ways to use scream energy or laugh energy in order to charge devices. Maybe he might be able to do the same thing with dark energy to actually make the dark dimension weaker, so it becomes a solution.
Yeah.
And then Dryan, Jack Sparrow, he could be like the tactical
Sparrow.
operational
That's my new name.
the tactical operational mastermind that finds out how we can get there, and then once we get
Masturbate.
there can lead us into how to stop Dormammu, even though he's significantly more powerful than us.
Dormammu.
Like, all kinds of things could be happening in
Dormammu.
that adventure, and all of us exist in the same place, and we're all helping each other, just like in our lives. We all exist in different places of our lives and different points, and we're just helping each other get through whatever journey it is that day, that week, that year.
That's very true. And we'll
Sounds
cheers to that.
Yeah.
Which is
And
why I
end
think it's
on
a great ending.
note. Yeah, very
Alrighty.
great.
Dude,
Because
once again, sorry. You want us to go ahead? You want to?
oh no, I was just saying, like, I think it's like really great because, the video starts with us talking about what our favorite characters are and how we relate to them, and then how we kind of reflect pieces of ourselves in them, and then it ends with this grand adventure that we all get to go on, which is representative of the life that we currently live
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the friends that we've chosen to make.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's freaking awesome.
See, this
Yeah.
is why we love Brian, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Very, very
Cheers.
wise
we want to
man.
say thank you for coming and joining our podcast. You
Coming.
did-
Please,
Thank you for
Thanks for
having
coming.
me.
Be on
Chumming.
here
Comma.
again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for chumming. Don't you-
Yeah.
and joining our podcast. And
Mhm.
by the way, here's your link. It is called.
Good luck, Chum, man.
Chum.
Subscribe to them.
Please
These
watch
guys,
them.
These guys are
Please
genius.
subscribe.
Great.
Watch your videos; they're really good.
You got a little
Thank
tease
you.
of
Yeah.
the next 5 coming out. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's also going to be making videos in part of our trips, our personal group trips. So like parties, vacations, this and that, this and that. So
all this videography.
Look out for that. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, one of the reasons why we are Good Luck Chum is because you guys are the reasons why we're good luck. You guys are our good luck.
And that is
Cheers
one
to
thing
that.
to really drink to.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hey, I believe luck is real, guys.
It's true.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you, Brian. Check out GoodLuckChum.
Yeah.
And we I think we are going to a show recently. Did we go? Bayside, by the way.
Yeah.
Look out for Bayside stuff in the future, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, Bayside.
And
Nice.
other than that, you guys have anything to add?
Oh, that's good. If you guys haven't checked out our what do we call those? Our event videos. This guy does them.
Yeah.
They're great.
Hey,
He's in
I
it.
forgot to tell you. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm nervous. No, Patrick's trip. I need to give you that, or I need to upload it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
sounds
bad.
good.
But yeah, yes, guys, look
That's
out.
the San Diego trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
look out for that.
Look out for our playlist. Giant makes highlights. We do party videos. We do event videos. I'm sorry, and we have our episodes. And if we do not have an episode, just trust us that we are putting good content out soon.
Yeah.
And understand that we all busy, but I hope everybody has a good day.
Yeah.
Anybody
yeah.
else?
That's good.
It's everything.
And let's all do a group kiss and let's go.
All right. All right. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.